Wow. Wow. That's what I have to say about today's episode. Okay, so first I'm going to share with you a little personal information that you may or may not have interest in hearing. I'm guessing some of you might. It's connected with our stuff here. Next, we're going to go through a little practice meditation. And lastly, we're going to talk about the health benefits of meditation that science has proven for us through double-blind study. Don't move. Hey, welcome to the I Am Podcast, where we answer all the questions about spirituality and inner peace that you ever wanted to ask. I'm your host, Sean Webb. Okay, so last week I told you that I was going out to San Francisco because I had been accepted as an applicant for the certified training program inside an organization called Search Inside Yourself Learning Institute. Search Inside Yourself was born out of Google's internal meditation program, which has provided benefits inside their organization, both from a personal and professional development standpoint. And so Search Inside Yourself is a nonprofit that they're spinning out of Google to be its own entity now that is going to deliver this same type of mindfulness, meditation, emotional intelligence, leadership training inside Google. Well, they're going to deliver that to the rest of the world, the rest of corporate America. So I'm very excited about being a part of that organization. The 2-day program that they put together in San Francisco last week on Thursday and Friday was amazing. It was a meld of a lot of science coupled with a lot of leadership training, coupled with a lot of interpersonal interaction within the room with the other folks, the other attendees. I got to meet some of my other certified instructor programmees, and it was awesome. It was very cool to see how big a movement that this is going to be of bringing mindfulness into the business realm, where it has huge, measurable, concrete results. Very cool. So, if you haven't checked it out yet, check it out. SIYLI.org. They're planning on expanding globally and being able to deliver these things inside corporate America globally to corporate customers, but they're also putting out seminars and programs for the general public to be able to sign up for and come in for. And people flew in from all over the world last week to attend this thing. And one of the presentations, or one of the presenters last week, had done another presentation or facilitated another session previously with the 30 top CEOs, or 30 of the top CEOs, which I won't mention any names, but you would know these corporation names guaranteed, even if you're not associated with business. 30 of these top CEOs came into one space, one room for half a day, interacted with each other to have a session facilitated by Thich Nhat Hanh. And so that was amazing. And so this guy's up in front of us talking about the science of meditation and how it ties into business and leadership, etc. It was very cool. So if you have any inkling of how meditation can help business, check that out. I'll, of course, help you along with some of that stuff as we move into the future, but check it out, SIYLI.org. Now, second, a lot of people have sent me requests saying, hey, you talk about this meditation stuff. I'm new to meditation, so, can you tell me how to do it? Okay, well, meditation isn't hard. I've got an article on the website, the top 15 ways to achieve spiritual enlightenment, and it talks about the multiple ways that you can meditate, as well as the other disciplines that you can employ to get your mind into a quieter space, to shut down, and to increase your levels of emotional intelligence and inner peace, etc. But as far as a practice goes, I figured, well, let's throw one into the episode today, and just for a couple of minutes, meditate and show you how easy it is. Now, if you're watching this like most other people are, you're probably sitting somewhere. Maybe you're on the treadmill at the gym, but let's say you're sitting somewhere and you're in a comfortable position. If not, find one. Find a comfortable position, or find a place where you don't have to think so much, and simply either close your eyes or lower your gaze down towards the floor and take a deep breath. And be with that breath for a second. Feel the gravity of the earth pushing you into the chair or pushing down on your feet. Feel your existence. Feel your body. Can you feel the pressure on your feet or on your legs? Can you feel the energy in your hands? Take a deep breath. Let it out. Can you feel just your body's existence? Take a deep breath. Let it out. Some people like counting their breaths, so you can do that. Some people like repetitive counting, like they just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they start over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Welcome to the world of meditation. That's how easy it is. Now, if we look at it from a mindful perspective, as we sit here in a relaxed state, what are we doing? We're reducing the noise in our brain to focus on one thing. Whether we be focused on our breath, whether we be focused on the senses of our body and what's happening in our world at this very moment, whether we be focused on not focusing on anything that flies through our head, just letting our thoughts come and go as they please, letting thoughts and emotions arise and subside. Whatever we're doing in that moment, we're focused on just one or two things. And so what does that allow our brain to do? It allows our brain to quiet. Allows our default mode network to shut down a little bit. It allows us to focus on the one thing. That's meditation. Congratulations. If you've never done it before, you just did it like a champ. Now, practicing that will allow you to get better at it, just like practicing the piano, practicing any sport, baseball, whatever you want to do well, you practice at it, you get better at it over time. And scientifically speaking, we're talking about enabling neuroplasticity. Just like when you go to the gym and you pump your muscles and they get bigger and they get stronger, they get faster, they get more efficient. The same thing is true of your brain. If you use certain areas of your brain more often, they get stronger, faster, more efficient. And when you shut down the other portions of your brain, those things get weaker and influence you less. Now, when you're talking about increasing your mindfulness, increasing your emotional intelligence, increasing your calmness, that makes you a calmer person over time, over practice time. When you're talking about ignoring or shutting down or being able to understand and control the emotional centers of your brain and letting those things subside much quicker, those get weaker and they start to break down, and you'll have less emotional meltdowns or attempted emotional meltdowns in your life. And so you practice to enable the science to occur, and you practice to enable your brain to change so that your life gets awesomely better. And that's all it takes, is just 10, 20 minutes a day of meditation, of mindfulness, of practice, to be able to slow down, calm down, and change your life for the better in all aspects. Some of the science behind meditation for meditators. There is an article on Huffington Post about changing your genes with meditation. And we're talking about lengthening your life at this point. And I'll read a little bit of this, but it says, change your genes through meditation. It really does sound like an infomercial, doesn't it? Well, it might be true. Emerging research suggests a relationship between the practice of meditation and genetic changes. Let's consider the evidence. Exhibit A. In 2009, researchers at UCSF began thinking about the link between meditation and our genes. They focused on a genetic area called telomeres. And they found that at the ends of our DNA, these telomeres, which serve as a bumper for our genetic cargo, or basically, if you want to talk about telomeres, look at your shoelaces. You have a shoelace and it's made of thread that it's all wound together. And then in the end, you have this little cap, and that holds all your shoelace together. Well, basically, telomeres do the same things for your DNA. Telomeres are extra proteins that basically link onto the ends of your DNA, and every time your DNA is replicated through cell replication, these parts of it fall off. Well, these telomeres are meaningless bits of information at the end that are meant to fall off, but they protect your DNA from fraying. Because when your DNA frays, that's when you get old, that's when your skin starts to lose its elasticity, that's when your heart starts to go and you eventually die, when your telomeres are gone and your DNA starts unraveling. Okay, so having long telomeres are important because basically that means you live longer. Well, turns out that telomeres are the marker of cellular longevity. Not surprisingly, they adapt to environmental stimuli. The researchers wondered aloud if chronic stress, deprivation, and other negative psychological states can shorten telomeres. Could something proven to improve mood, like meditation, help keep telomeres long and healthy? The answer is yes. Meditators have longer telomeres. In fact, in women who meditate and practice mindfulness, they can lengthen their telomeres, thereby theoretically lengthening their lifespan. So meditation can now help you live longer, especially you women. Exhibit B, in 2010, Nobel laureate Elizabeth Blackburn and her colleagues published the first study on the effects of meditation on genetic activity. They looked at enzyme levels of telomerase, which is the thing that helps build telomeres, which manages telomere length. Enzyme activity was higher in the group of 30 meditators compared to the 30 non-meditators. So telomerase was more active in the meditators than it was the non-meditators. And telomerase is the thing that helps build your telomeres. So basically lengthening your life. So again, proof positive that meditation can improve the length of your life and your overall health. Exhibit C, in April 2013, Elizabeth Hodge and her colleagues at Harvard took the research a step farther by studying actual telomere length in meditation. They compared the telomere length of 15 experienced meditators to 22 non-meditators and found that meditators had longer telomeres. Now, association isn't causation, but when you have an association that is pretty well established and pretty obvious, could you say that people with longer telomeres are more apt to meditate? Sure, you could say that. So it isn't causation, but at the same time, it's pretty interesting, I would say. Exhibit D, the most recent study on genetic changes with meditation was published last week by the Benson Henry Institute. They compared the big picture genetic profiles of 26 first-time meditators and 26 experienced meditators and found that different sets of genes were expressed. And in experienced meditators, just one session of meditation changed cellular activity. One session of meditation. Boom. This podcast just paid for itself. We are changing your cellular activity for the positive. Look out. And so the verdict, meditation may change your genes. It's no gimmick. The field of mind-body genomics offers a fascinating discovery and much promise. But what do these genetic changes mean clinically? And how do they impact disease prevention and treatment? On that, the jury is still deliberating. And, granted, a lot of, this is brand new science, studying meditation and the effects of meditation and the effects of emotional intelligence on real life and how we can change real life and improve life with meditation. There's a lot of science to be done. I mean, for instance, we could poke holes in the fact that, is it the fact that meditation changed the telomere length in individuals, or is it the fact that people with longer telomeres tend to meditate? Well, we don't know that yet, but there's a lot of positive science that's pointing to the fact that meditation is going to positively affect your health, positively affect your life. So as we uncover more science moving forward, we'll discuss that stuff. But for me, I'm just going to play safe and meditate. I don't know about you. And because meditation is so simple, that you can just sit down anywhere, you can get relaxed anywhere, you can just be walking from point A to point B and practice meditation, practice your mindfulness. Why not? Why not do it? because it's that simple and it could change your life dramatically. I hope you guys are having a great week. Check out SIYLI.org for more information on those guys. Let me know if there's anything that you guys would like covered. I would like to send out a special thank you to Sharon, who sponsored this episode this week, or send in a contribution. If you'd like to do so, you can go to IamSpirituality.com and buy me lunch with a beer, whatever you want to do. If you don't have any green in this holiday season, don't worry about it, because I do this stuff for free for you guys. You can also, though, if you'd like, go to Audible and get a free book from them. A lot of spirituality books that are awesome. You might want to check them out. You can use our link, audibletrial.com/IamSpirituality. If you support them, they support us, and I appreciate you for doing that. Hope things are well. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.